Well, I mean, there's two different questions, the 4-year cycle question and then the volatility question. Let's deal with them separately. Let's start with volatility. Let's just enumerate all the sources of volatility. Bitcoin's volatile because the wash trade exemption. A fast money hedge fund can buy $1 billion of Bitcoin, 65,000. If it trades down to 50,000, they can dump it, drive the price down to 45,000. They can buy it back the same day and they can write it back up again and they can book what might be a $250 million tax loss and carry it forward. And if they have a 40% or 50% tax rate, maybe they just tax loss harvest $125 million. Okay. So that's a source of volatility trading. Second source of volatility, all the unregulated DeFi exchanges, tons of them. Security token. The fact that I can issue a security token, I can issue 10 million of them. Well, I can keep 9 million of them. I can put 1 million in the float. I can then lever it up 20 to 1 or more, and I can cross-collateralize it into another token that I might have, and then I can lean on that, and then I can cross-collateralize that to Bitcoin. The 6,500 crypto tokens create volatility for ETH. The Ethereum platform creates volatility for Bitcoin, lots of it. If you look at the trading pattern of ETH versus Bitcoin, and I don't know if you've done it, you haven't talked much about it, you ought to. They trade minute by minute, like the same thing. So in the near term, what you can conclude is that the volatility of the crypto eco is clearly correlated and cross-collateralized and driving the volatility of it. So offshore exchanges, DeFi exchanges, security tokens, 20 to 1 leverage, 100 to 1 leverage, cross-collateral. The fact that you could do wash trading, it's not just wash tax trading, right? I could do wash trading on my Yoyodyne platform, wash it 13 times and print that with leverage and cross-collateralize that to Bitcoin and do it after hours, right? The 24/7, 365 market, all of those things, the lack of transparency, the lack of surveillance agreement, all the stuff that the libertarians don't want the regulators want to, are what cause the volatility. As the regulation advances, the volatility is going to decrease for two reasons. One, right? If you can't trade with 20x leverage or 100x leverage, right, there'd be less vol. If the wash rule exemption ends, if you couldn't just dump the thing and buy it back the same day, people would hold their loss, right? I just think everything macroeconomically is great for Bitcoin. We're going through volatility, and I think I explained to you why we have volatility. Everybody should remember their laser eyes, right? The whole point of laser eyes is focus. You've got digital property, you've got Bitcoin, you've got Lightning. If you just hold on and think out 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, the entire world is going to have to evolve, the regulatory apparatus, all the technology, all the application. There's a lot of things that are going to evolve, but if you just stay focused through thick and thin, ultimately things will work out well. Because it's rational. Everything I've described is rational. And because it's rational, somebody will do it in point. It's just a question of the sequencing of the thing you don't want to do right now is, right? You don't want to lose focus. You don't want to lose conviction. You've got the winning strategy. Don't allow the volatility, all the marketing hysteria, and everybody with conflict to shake commitment, right? The world's going to be full of 10,000 ventures, and every venture is going to say, blah, 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 this is better than Bitcoin, whatever. The test of a really good venture is, are they leveraging Bitcoin and Lightning, right? Especially Bitcoin. Are they leveraging it to do something better? Or are they trying to reinvent? And if they're leveraging it for something better, then it's just a risky venture, right? It's a venture. It's a risky venture. You can choose to invest or not and buy the product or not. But if they're trying to reinvent it, then they've lost focus. That's an entirely caveat. I think we're really so close to breakthrough. I hate to see people's faith getting bounced around as they go down. Because I think if you roll the clock back 12 months or 18, you told me everything that was going to happen, it would have exceeded my wildest. I think it's been all good. Once you think about it from a fundamental point of view, the way that Bitcoin has been embraced by the world, I think you realize that we're on the right path. We just got to keep working, and you got to work through the trolls and the haters and the critics, and then everybody that wants to reinvent the wheel because they have a person. And you got to nurture the real virtue, right? And if you're a Bitcoin exchange, right, be thinking about how do I incorporate Lightning and then upgrade the exchange. If you're a Bitcoin miner, obviously you got to figure out how to upgrade your mining operation. Figure out what is it you can do right now to increase the value of the entire ecosystem. The checklist every morning is kind of simple. It's like get up, educate somebody on Bitcoin, work on a project to buy more Bitcoin, maybe work on a project to make Bitcoin better, make the entire ecosystem better, right? Add value. And then finally go learn and study and figure out what happened in Bitcoin since you last looked yourself, update, and then the next day do it again. And that's focus. And I think that the great companies do that. Great and where you start to stray off the path and you lose your focus, right? You get distracted, you're right, that it's dilutive. All these things are dilutive distraction, right? And the dilutive distractions always come in like a good idea, but you got to ask the question, great idea, is it going to make Bitcoin better? And is it going to get me more Bitcoin? Is it going to educate more? Or it's a different thing because the world's got 10,000 others.
Do you want to know one thing about crypto? I made over 3,000% in profit in a few weeks. Fact is, the traditional financial system, the traditional money system makes you poor, not rich. If you want to earn $500,000, $1 million, you have to wait until you're 50, 60, 70 in the traditional financial system, and you probably will still be broke. And you will be old. This is not a sexy combination, as you can imagine. But the question is, how can you start in crypto and make these profits? Where to invest? Where to start? My name is Gunnar and I'm from Germany, as you can hear, and things are a little bit different in Germany. More about that later on. Fact is, there are lots of different cryptocurrencies. It's a gigantic universe where beginners and professionals get easily lost. But there is light at the end of the tunnel. There are 7 key steps you need to follow to become successful in this market. You have to know them, and if you fail one of them, it's literally impossible to succeed in this market. Just an example, one of the key points is your exchange, and one of the biggest are, for example, Binance and Coinbase. These are trusted and well-established exchanges, but, and this is a big but, you won't find the super profitable coins on those exchanges. The unknown super profitable coins that get gigantic profits are not traded on those kind of exchanges. They are traded on much smaller insider platforms that are barely known. And I can tell you what those super secret exchanges are and why they are so profitable. And another super important thing are the right information sources. The point is, the internet is gigantic. There are hundreds and hundreds of YouTube channels, blogs, pages, and much more. And there are also market makers and influencers. For example, Elon Musk, he is not a crypto guy, but the moment he recommended Dogecoin, it went through the roof, to the moon, so to say. But why did he recommend it? Where did he hear it from? He didn't hear it from newspapers. And believe me, he is listening to someone. But you have to know who, and you have to react before he is reacting. This is really, really important. And these are only 2 of the 7 steps you have to follow in order to be successful in crypto. And if you want to know all of these steps in much more detail, and if you want to have a comprehensive checklist, here's what you should do. There is a link below this video. Click on this link and you will get the opportunity to subscribe to my channel. Click on the link and you will see a video where I explain the next steps. So see you soon. Click on the link now. I'll see you there.